Hey everyone, who's that guy that's showcased right there? So thanks for joining us. It's a bit of a old school style today. It's just going to be Ryan and myself. So we're going to try to get through this within 2 hours because after this particular stream, we have another stream for members only. So thanks for joining. Appreciate it as always. My oldest son is homesick today with a fever. My youngest son came home early yesterday, sick with a cough. So it's going around over here. So make sure you eat your vitamins, take your vitamins, and be careful and be safe. So Ryan is without a computer. He's rocking his new phone. He got a new phone. Congratulations! It's been about 15 years since he got a new phone. So he's into the digital age, which is great. So Ryan, how's it going today?
Pretty good. Yeah, my wife forced me to get a new phone, so I didn't have a cell phone from 2003 to 2017. So I'm pretty cheap when it comes to things besides toys. I'm the
Priorities.
guy. I'm the guy when they take a picture and he has holes in his boxer, so he can afford this stuff, right? But she goes, "You're due for an upgrade," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because my son wanted a new phone, and
Yeah.
she goes, "Well, your last phone was 2017." So I caved in and got an iPhone. So now I got an iPhone, so it's a lot better, and I actually can hear stuff off there. So I graduated from the flip phone and then got an iPhone in 2017, and now I got one of the newer ones. So I'm doing great. I got 99 problems and toy collecting ain't one. So
Hey, good one.
yeah.
So how's the weather where you're at?
Weather's fine. It's cold in the mornings and then hot in the afternoon. So we're hitting about 80 in the afternoon. In the morning, it's about 40. So
Yeah.
um, getting ready. Our weather's a lot better than the southeastern part of the United States.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of relatives down there. It sounds pretty crazy. Um, we have tornadoes where I live, but the hurricanes and all that rain just seems like it's a lot to deal with. So hope all is well with anyone down there that might be watching or anyone that has relatives down there. So it's an awful thing they have to go through. It's life, and hopefully you meet those challenges and overcome those. So hope all is well down there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. Um, we don't really deal too much with hurricanes over here. They're called typhoons. Um, we get them, but they're not really that strong once they hit Tokyo. But
Yeah.
we got to deal with the earthquakes. So
Oh yeah.
those are pretty terrifying. So
Oh yeah.
you know, and then we got a volcano right next door as well, which is still active. So it's always
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my family, my sister and my brother and their families are actually flying to Florida tomorrow.
Oh man.
Yeah, they have a Disney trip planned, so they've had to reschedule their flights. Apparently, the airport isn't scheduled to open until I don't know, later in the afternoon or something. They were supposed to fly out and into Orlando direct from Boston, something like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
But now they're not going to get there. They're going to be indirect now, going through Maryland, and they're not going to get there until after 10 o'clock at night. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a hard situation for everybody down there, and we hope everybody's doing well. If you're down there, I'm sure you got more pressing matters to deal with than watch our video. Um, but just letting you know that we're thinking about you guys and hope all is well. So we got our usual crew of characters in the comments in the section. So we start off with Ryan always dropping his popcorn. So here's Philippe. He's got a kind of a popcorn. It doesn't really come out on this thing, but we can see you in the YouTube. So Sneaky Figures, he's going to be joining us in a little bit. Jason is here as always. Hey Jason, how's it going? So Greg is here. Hey Greg, how's it going? Just paid for your Daredevil. Awesome. Very good. I got mine right here. He is a beautiful figure. It's a really, really nice figure. I'm not going to say 2 home runs in a row with the Cap and the Daredevil. I'm going to say 2 grand slams because those are 2 awesome figures back to back within a week of release. So we're pretty fortunate right now. It seems like all the great figures release at the end of the year, right?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't it seem like that? So
Yeah, I mean, the amount of stuff that's coming in the next couple of weeks. Like today, I had, I think, 7 notices. I had things coming in at Big Bad Toy Store. I had to cancel a bunch of them. And then Captain America, I was unfortunate. I missed the drop on Hobby Ginky. So if anyone during the stream sees Captain America come back up, let me know. But
it was
I
on
mean,
Plaza Japan, I think, today.
yeah, and with shipping, it was about $93 for me. So the one thing I do like with Big Bad Toy Store, it's only $10 more, or about $10, is if I have an issue, it's going to be taken care of.
Yeah,
But this guy came in, the creature Frankenstein,
nice.
based on the novel. But they have a big sale coming up, which we'll talk about. But they're releasing some figures they've had in the past that are, you know, for Halloween. So we'll talk about that when we talk about Four Horsemen and their drops on Monday. So I'm excited about that. But like you said, there's so many things coming out and so many more announcements. It seems like it never slows down. And then you have the Monster Force anytime now that's going to drop too, Wave 1. And the white, I forget their names, Master Wang and Veteran, is it Veteran Furry? White version, those are coming in to Big Bad Toy Store anytime this week. So if you want those, jump on them. They're still both available, but I would think they'd probably go pretty quick if you're interested.
Yeah, yeah. So Greg's in North Carolina, and he got lucky last time. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
So yeah, tough situation. Very tough. Ian, Ohio gozaimasu. Good morning. I thought you were working, man. Some of us. Oh, there he goes. He's listening during his commute. There you go. There you go. Thanks for joining. I'm assuming that you're taking the train. You're commuting on the train. So thanks for listening, man. Appreciate it. Ian is also in Tokyo. Well, Saitama, but that's pretty much the same thing. And he's been going around giving us some updates on the in stock situation with the Cap and the Daredevil. So the shelves here are, I'm not going to say full, but they have the figures on the shelves, which is great. There's a lot of Caps and there's a good amount of Daredevils, according to Ian's reports. Now, when I was out, it was the day before the official drop, so I couldn't really speak to anything. So only one store had it. Another store that I went to, they said that they were sold out, pre-sold out. But anyway, we'll get into the Mofex stuff. We're going to be doing a Mofex members only stream right after this video. If you're not a channel member and you're here, make yourself known. Say, I'm not a channel member in the chat. Let us know so we can tease you and ridicule you and make you feel guilty for not joining us after. But so yeah, so there's for those of you out there who haven't gotten your Cap like Ryan, or haven't gotten your Daredevil, I would say, there's still hope. They're still going up, but they're proving to be very, very popular, maybe a little bit more popular than Metacom anticipated. So a lot of the retailers online that specialize in sending them outside the country, they're finding that their stock is a little bit low. So just hang in there. I'm sure there'll be a restock, but don't panic. Don't panic.
And then just a little insight. Hobby Ginky did put email reminder on there. They didn't have it before, so now they have it since the afternoon here in the United States. So I'm guessing they're going to get more in.
Greg, don't. Don't. Greg, you're a channel member. I'm going to be talking about Cap in the stream after this. So, don't anybody order anything from Big Bad or from Big Nerdy. I mean, they're good stores. They're good to have, but
Dude,
let's
I
talk.
have
Let's
over
talk about it
100.
first.
I have over 100 orders on there right now.
On what, Big Bad or?
Yeah,
Oh, I've got more than that.
I know.
Like I
But
said, man,
hey,
I pre-order everything.
Hey, what's crazy, guys, is on Big Bad Toy Store. Sometimes you go through your searches and the stuff's not there anymore, and it says it's arriving soon. I was panicking. So if that ever happens, just keep refreshing, and then you got the people with the glasses. You got to get real close to that cell phone and find that order. If you don't want it, you better cancel it, because, like, I've seen it before. They'll say, "Hey, we're expecting this soon," and the next minute they charge you.
Yeah.
So you better be careful. Yeah.
Make sure that you're ready to pay.
Yeah.
So Caleb, hey, how's it going, man? Appreciate you coming in. So yeah, Plaza Japan was sold out. I think it was only up on Plaza Japan for a short time, maybe just like 2 or 3 hours, if that.
With the
This is just
Cap,
going by stuff.
the Captain
Was
America, Greg.
there?
Captain America was on there about an hour ago when I checked. But
Oh, nice. I'm gonna have to check. Yeah, I was planning on going today, but like I said, my son is sick, so I'll probably have to go this weekend or maybe even tomorrow if I get the chance. So we'll see. I'm probably gonna make a run to the Medicom people today if I have some time. We'll see. So, oh yeah, the Maestro Union. Yeah, those figures are great. Those figures are really good. See them much on the shelves here at all. Ian, are they on the shelves at Amiyami? I haven't seen them. You have a bunch of those, don't you, Ryan?
yeah, and the white versions, that's the second run of them. So who knows? They might get discounted if possible. Yeah, I have two of them right now, and then Monster Force has another veteran being produced, and he's supposed to be coming out next month. So you got the white version coming out this month, and then next month will be the Monster Force version.
Nice. So the veteran William is being reissued. Is that true? Is that the veteran William? Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have 3 versions of him. In the white version, I know it was already released months ago, but they did another run on it. So that's what
Okay.
Big Bad Toy Store is getting. And then the Monster Force version is similar to the first one, but they have different accessories. But to me, Veteran William's the best one they've made so far.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of the first ones that came out, isn't it?
The crocodile one, I think, was the first one, which I do not have. And I forget the guy's name.
That's a first. So Al got his calf. Oh man. Can't get it though, huh? That's awful. All right, low key. Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it. So yeah, they're sold out online, but they have them in the store. Okay, cool, nice. All right, so let's just get right into it. So for those of you who are new channel members, there's going to be a live stream after here. I think most people who join us are actually channel members, but in the slim not, thought. We're going to be discussing Mafex, the newest figures that have been released, some of the stuff that's in the pipeline, and what's going on over here when it comes to it. So make sure you join us. Hopefully this stream finishes by the 2 hours that we set, and that stream will start about now. Stay tuned, guys. So getting right into it, we're going to start with what happened over in Shanghai last week. We had a lot of reveals, a lot of great stuff. This one, we had a little bit of a heads up from Blitzway. They kind of announced it ahead of time, but people were speculating, what's it going to be? Is it going to be from the first movie? Is it going to be a reissue? Is it going to be a 2.0? What's going on? And they let us see that it's sort of like a, I don't know, a 2.0 or a 1.5. Definitely have some new head sculpts. I don't know if they redesigned anything beyond that. Ryan, you don't have these, do you?
No, I don't. I don't have
The,
anything
the,
with
the first one?
Blitzway.
No.
No.
Okay, so I have the original 4-pack. I was very lucky to get it. I was searching for months and months and months, waiting for someone to put it up on Amazon Japan as a pre-order. And finally, Amazon Japan got some stock, and they put it up as a pre-order, and I was able to get it because Sideshow wouldn't allow me to pre-order it. They wouldn't send it here. So Toy Sapiens, I don't believe, was carrying this at the time. So I was really sort of panicking, and like I said, I finally was able to get them. But nobody carried the Ecto 1. So I was never able to get that. But that 4-pack of figures is great. We're not really sure what's going to happen with this. Noticeably missing is Slimer. He was part of the original 4-pack, and you also got a police line barricade that came with the 4. That's not there. Doesn't mean that it won't be part of maybe a big accessory pack. But this is a welcome addition for a lot of collectors. A lot of people joined up collecting, or at least into 1/6 after what happened or what started at the end of 2019, and they missed out on these figures. So these are grails for a lot of people. I love mine. I would never sell mine. I'm gonna pick up this other pack, the other
Yeah.
ones, and I'm probably gonna get the Present Toys ones as well. But as you can see there, they both the Bill Murray and the Dan Aykroyd come with additional head sculpts. So there's a screaming one for Venkman, and the Dan Aykroyd has that cigarette hanging down, which is great, which is a really, really nice touch. So the original figures back, when they were, I think they were announced back in 2016. And for the 4-pack, it was $1,000 then.
Jeez.
That's 2016.
Yeah.
When a Hot Toy figure was like $220. So these are most likely going to be like $350 each, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty hefty. So if you're thinking about getting them, you better start
Payment plan.
saving your money now.
Yeah, or put it
I
on a payment plan somehow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Sideshow was able to carry them, you'd definitely be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I believe, like I said, I believe they did carry them the first time. I just wasn't able to buy from Sideshow.
Well,
You think you're gonna get
Sideshow.
these?
No, it's just too much money for me. I collect too much stuff. But Sideshow, they only carry their statues, right? So I don't know what the arrangement is with their distribution with the 1/6 figures, but to me, these are awesome. I cannot believe Hot Toys hasn't made them, and I think they really lost out on that. But everybody says the vehicles for Blitzway are so much better than the Hot Toys ones. I don't know. Would you agree with that statement?
Well, I don't have the vehicle. I don't have the
Okay.
Ecto 1. I keep trying to get the one from Big Bad, but it won't ship to Japan,
Oh,
and it won't ship to my buddy, who's got an APO address. So I'm kind of in a really sticky situation.
yeah.
So it's really difficult for me to get it. But Denobi, he has it, and he
Yeah.
has said that it's truer to 1/6 scale than what the Hot Toys puts out, and it's I don't know, what did he say? It's a die cast, like there's die cast
Yeah, and he
in it.
says
It's
it's
definitely metal.
he says the scale is more up to 1/6, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he said that the Hot Toys ones are sort of like a 1/7 scale, whereas the Blitzway ones are truer to the 1/6 scale. But he just says that the build, the quality inside is just it's on another level, and it's reflected in the price. It's not a cheap
Yeah.
it's not a cheap car. So
Yeah.
you know now
It's
will they
not.
re-release the Ecto One is the question. The first one,
Oh yeah.
I hope they do. I mean, I'd really love to get that one, not just the Afterlife one. I'd really love to get the original car, but we'll see. We'll see. So you're not in on this.
No, I can't afford it.
You got to scale back those GI
Yeah.
Joes.
Yeah, I got well, that's that I've been saying I need an intervention when it comes to collecting.
Yeah,
And
we're planning an intervention for you.
yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. Because what happens if you don't stay focused? I used to be focused until I met you, and then I dabbed back into the 112th area, and then my wife left me alone one weekend, and I went to a place called GameStop,
Yeah,
and that was a big mistake. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Ian, do you have the figures? Do you have the Ghostbusters? Yeah. At least you have a driveway. I don't have a driveway. I live on the fourth floor in an apartment. I can't, I don't have any of that.
yeah.
So, like I said, I'm planning on getting these. I love the originals. For the Blitzway stuff, what do I have? I have the Kurt Cobain. I took Al's. I have the 4-pack of the Ghostbusters. I have the 2-pack of the Fight Club, and I have the Where's Wally. The Where's Waldo figure that they put out a couple years back. I have that as well. So,
Hmm.
um, you know, I like the Blitzway stuff. It's really good quality. It's really great. What you get as with accessories and such is really nice. So, if Blitzway went all in on 1/6 the way that Hot Toys does, they would really give Hot Toys a run for their money. I mean, the stuff they put out is great. They think outside the box. They're not afraid to get into things like that Kurt Cobain.
Oh yeah.
You think Hot Toys would ever attempt something like that? Never. So it's nice to have a company putting out quality stuff that yeah, putting out quality stuff for collectors that don't necessarily have a company with a nice reputation tackling. Paying for a custom if you want a Kurt Cobain is it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. So it's nice that they're doing it. It's nice that different companies, Iconic is doing like they're doing Elvis and such. It's nice that companies are tackling at least musicians. So
Well, I can't believe, unless I'm missing something, nobody's done Slash or Guns N' Roses or AC/DC. I mean, I don't know. Those are the bands. I would love if they came out with the whole band at one time.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of great musicians. I mean, I have my Metacom Daft figures, the real action figures. Those are awesome. Those are great. But I would love Daft Punk. I would love a company to do the LED lights for the masks. That would be next level. That would be so great. So these are great. I'm really looking forward to these. It was a nice surprise that we're getting updated head sculpts. The Winston, a lot of people had an issue with the Winston when it was released because the paint was really off. It was more like a reddish brown rather than a more skin tone brown. So from this image, it looks like they've maybe addressed that. So we'll see. But let's move along. Is So doing a slash? Are they?
I think somebody is.
I remember.
It's probably them.
Yeah. Yeah, could be. Could be. Yeah. Yeah. So now this one kind of jumped out of left field. I think this is giving us this
Yeah.
is giving us a little bit of pause. It's great for those who missed the original yellow suit. I only got one. I would have liked another one. I know that Ian was at Ami Ami like the day I was there after me, and he saw it on the shelf, and I totally missed it. So I went running back, and it wasn't there anymore. So these Hono Studio figures are awesome. The quality that you're getting for the price is really great, and I think that this head sculpt is really good. I mean, these are comic based 1/6 figures, and that head sculpt I think goes really, really well with it. What do you think about this one, Ryan?
I mean, I like it a lot. With the comic book versions, I'm going to stick to 112 unless something really, really blows me away. But it's a nice for people that missed out. Now, the body is exactly the same as the first release, correct?
I think so.
With the mask. So, what are they going to do? Release every figure with a face sculpt now? I mean, I know you're going to get all of them, but but for me, it's kind of they need to probably add something different. I feel like with these re-releases with the head sculpt that's face sculpt that's included. But if they keep the price cheap and low, and it might be worth it. But for me, comic versions, I'm gonna stick to 112.
Okay. I mean, Present Toys was putting out like a Cyclops and a Magneto, and So Toys put out a Gambit, and they put out a Rogue. It's nice that companies are giving people comic
Yeah,
a lot of these characters. Not everything has to be movie based. I mean, most people who get in and collected comic books when they were younger, and they're very familiar with the characters and the styles and the stories.
yeah.
So
Now, is there shading on his hair?
seems like it.
Yeah. So I know
Seems
some
like
people
it.
some people hate that. I know that's a big problem, or a lot of people, if they don't do it right, it comes off. People hate that on Marvel Legends, of course, and then
Mhm.
on some other 112s. I've heard people that just do not care for that, like McFarlane. They don't care for that shading on it. So I haven't seen it in person, but if people have, it might be for them. But I'm gonna pass on this.
I'm getting it. As I said,
Yeah,
I'm a
you're
sucker.
gonna get three or
I'm a
four.
sucker.
Yeah,
No, I'm just gonna get one. I'm gonna get
yeah.
one. I don't need more than that.
I think you need intervention, not me.
I probably do. I
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
do. But I don't get as much 112 as you. I'm not
yeah,
getting all those, those other companies.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Um, so I stick with GI Joe, and I stick with the Mafex, and occasionally Figure Watts now, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, it would have been nice if they included it, the head sculpt, with the first release, but the name of the game is trying to keep the price down. The Hono, I
yeah,
don't believe the Hono Studios is exclusive for comic figures. I think it's a little bit of both. I think they're trying to do low priced kind of figures for people who can't afford to keep collect where the price is going. And they figured that the way to do that is to avoid having to do the pricey head sculpts, paying the artists to get it right, paying the likeness rights, and so on. So, um, you know, I can possibly understand why include it. But as you said, it would have been a lot better for them to include it. But again, if they're trying to keep the price under a certain amount, I get it. I get it. So yeah, Al's sticking to 112 style comic figures for now. I got him to start throwing boxes. I'll get them on this one too. Al, you're doomed. All right, so let's keep looking. People don't like cell shading, but yeah, I think it looks great too. I think it looks really nice. But it depends on how it's done, as Ryan said, right? It's how it's done. So Jason knows. We could all use it. Yeah. So I'm getting it. Ryan's not getting it. Now, what about this one, Ryan? What do you think on this one?
This is a day one buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the Savage Opress for those of you who don't know. Cartoon.
I
Looks
call him
great.
Savage. Savage.
I don't call him Savage. He's savage.
Yeah.
So he's pretty cool. I mean, he's a good looking figure. It's about time they finally tackled him because people have been asking for him for a long time. This is day one for me, and I'm assuming that it's a day one for most people in the group. So this was a nice surprise. What do we got there? That's the Clone Wars one, right?
Yeah, people make fun of him. He's anorexic, but I don't care.
Yeah.
He needs his shirt off, man.
Is that the only one you have?
No, I got more, but I mean, I like it. People
Right.
hate on it because he's skinny, but man, this is Clone Wars, man. It's a cartoon. I mean,
well, I
think
that thing he has around the waist makes him look even more skinny.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's so bulky.
But he's gonna look good by his brother. And I mean, and the one I really want is a solo one. I screwed up and I didn't grab them. So
you didn't get that one?
No, I did not get that one.
Oh man, that's the best one.
Now I want Spider Maul though. If they ever come out Spider Maul from Clone Wars, I definitely want him.
Yeah. He does. He looks really impressive. I'm really looking forward to this one. Yeah. So this was a nice surprise. What else did they give us? They gave us the Scarecrow from the Dark Knight trilogy and the Venom, which is more comic accurate. Now this appears to be the other body, right? This is not that new body for the Venom that they showed off. This is from the Venom movie, right?
Yeah, that looks like it looks to me. It looks like the Venom movie. That's definitely not. I think it's exactly the same.
Not that huge bulking one that they showed off.
Which I think is cool too, but it is big. But everybody wants that. I want to see. I probably won't get that right away, and I don't think it's going to sell out. I think I don't know. It just seems like figures aren't selling out like they used to about a year ago. So I'm thinking I'm going to wait to decide if I want to get that or not. But that's tempting. Scarecrow looks really good, but that is a line I don't want to go deep in.
Well, Ian probably knows Amazon gets all the stuff, and except for the store exclusives, and you can pre-order them with no money down. So you just pre-order everything, and then think about it once they send you the invoice. You're like, do I keep it? Do I cancel it? What do I do? So pre-order everything. Everything that comes up, I pre-order it just in case. You where you are today might not be where you want to be, or where you are in a year from now. So make that decision once it's time to buy, and if you want to buy it then. But at least you have the option. You didn't miss out, and it's sold out everywhere. So that's what I do. And I'm to a very so yeah. just in case. Yeah. So this Scarecrow was great. This was kind of out of left field as well. Like who thought that this was coming? And they've updated the mask, which looks really nice. Do you have any of those Batman from the Nolan trilogy?
I'm supposed to get the one with the armory coming up.
The
I'll
new
have
one
him.
or the
The first,
reissue?
the clear armory with the Stone Cold Steve Austin body.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I do want the newer one though, but it's too late. So unless I take a NRD hit with the company, so I'll probably stick to that. I want to get all the Batmans. The other characters, I'm not real 100% on those. So I want to stay
Hmm.
out of getting everything. I don't want to be completionist.
Hmm.
That's my problem with collective editions with books. I'm in volume 6 of Wolverine or volume this of Hulk, and it's a pretty bad addiction if you want to complete an entire line, and it
Hmm.
can get pretty expensive. So in Hot Toys, I'm trying to not get too aggressive on that. Attack of the Clones, I'm trying to complete everything. All the clones, I'm trying to complete. Bad Batch, original trilogy, the OG Star Wars, Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back. I think I want all those now because I missed out on
Yeah.
the earliest ones.
So if you had to choose between one of the armories, which one would you prefer?
The brand new one.
The
So the
brand new
Bruce,
one?
yeah, the Bruce Wayne in the suit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's keep it moving with the chat. Waiting on the Bane. Yeah. So you saw that Ian said that they have that solo mall here in Amiami. Did you notice that,
Me? No, heck
Ryan?
no.
Yeah. The
No.
solo one is available at Amiami. He started
Is
there
it like,
yesterday.
is it eBay prices?
No, it's probably retail price.
Okay. We might need to talk.
It's the best one. It really is.
Yeah.
It's the best one.
The
So
deluxe, right? There was a deluxe and a
yeah,
regular version. Correct. Okay.
yeah. All right, let's keep it going. So we also got some new Terminator figures. We got the T1000 and we got a clean sculpted T800. Um, I don't have a clean sculpted T800. I don't have a T1000, so I'm definitely in on these. How about you?
These are going to be hard to pass on. I do want these. So I'm going to see, what the future holds, and if the money's right, and you know, and I get a bonus and some extra cash, I might be going in on these. So, Terminator is a movie I really enjoy. That whole line of movies, at least the first three, I enjoy a lot. So,
The first
definitely,
three.
yeah, first three is fine with me.
Three?
But
There's only.
yeah, yeah, I even like the arcade game. So,
Yeah.
but hey, I don't know. Mhm. I even like some of the older ones too. Even the God, what was the last one called? I don't know. They did him wrong, but we won't get into that.
So getting back with Ian at Mandarake Mall is super cheap. The Solo Mall?
We're
The
talking
Solo
about
Mall
Hot
is super
Toys,
cheap?
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
So,
everybody's gonna be, yeah, and it's gonna be gone in the next.
well, I mean, there's not a lot of people watching us
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Japan,
yeah.
so.
Guys, I just spent a fortune today, so the money. Hey,
Yeah,
I got next week off, so I might have to work extra, make some
there you
money.
go. 24,000 yen for the deluxe solo. So that is about what, $170
Heck no.
for the solo mall? 170 bucks.
Gee, hey, we need to talk.
Is this Ian? Is this the Mandarake? Is it the online or is it in the physical store? Let's let him get back to us. We also had some reveals for what is that? Tony Potts and Jaja Binks. Those both look pretty great. Online, okay, online. So yeah, online you can. We'll talk after the stream, Ryan. So what do you think about these figures? I think they look great. I love that smile on Tony's face. It looks pretty great.
Yeah.
Another
I mean,
great surprise.
how many Tonys can you have, right?
You can have a
Uh,
lot of Tonys.
Jar Jar, I hate to say it, I'd probably get him.
You mean you
Yeah.
hate to say it? He's responsible for everything.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
don't know. He seems to like people. I think have memory loss. You know how he was,
He was
but
pretty bad.
yeah, he was terrible.
He was pretty bad.
It wasn't his fault. They were trying to attract to the young viewers a little bit too much, and
Yeah.
you know,
Lucas with his revisionist history that Star Wars was always made for kids. Horseshit. No, it wasn't.
yeah,
You know, we have you on in quotes at the time saying it wasn't.
yeah,
It wasn't until he realized he made more money from the toys than the movies that he said it was for kids. That's when he realized it was for kids. But Jar Jar, yeah, I mean, you know, the character sucks, but he's a central character. You got to get him.
yeah.
You know, I mean, if you have a collection, you got to get him. So, all right, keep it moving. Let's get through this. This was a really nice surprise. This xenomorph. I'm all in on this. I might even get a couple of these. These look great.
Oh yeah,
So hopefully they're built a little bit more sturdy than the originals that they released back in the day. But do you have any predators in your
no,
collection?
no. You know,
No,
I've talked about getting the Masco one. I've heard nothing but issues with that. But
really.
how much do you think the ballpark figure would be on this one?
On this one,
Yeah,
well, so this is the thing. Like it depends on the build,
yeah,
right? Like the first one was very flimsy and not really good at all.
yeah.
Um, if they make this one more sturdy, I would say you're probably looking at like 330,
Yeah.
maybe.
And I'll tell you what, I love these pictures where they put this with a Batman because in the comics,
Oh, yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah. The Dark
yeah,
Horse comics.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I think that's a killer combination. I mean, for me, I think that'd be pretty cool to have this. So I would be definitely getting this. Um, if the price is right. If it's too much, then I have to make decisions. Because
uh-huh,
Star Wars, it just seems like everything we want from Star Wars, they're coming out. Or they're coming out with the artisan or the rooted hair or the deluxe or new and improved,
mhm,
figs, or even getting deeper in the things I collect. So this is
mhm,
probably hard to pass on, just like the Terminator figs.
mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah. It's it's hard to say no to a
yeah,
lot of this stuff.
yeah,
You know, but you know, what a time to be a collector, right? Like we're getting so many great things and
yeah.
you know, they're at least revisiting some of the things that they had problems with in the past. Now
Oh yeah.
I want some Marines.
Oh yeah. Now that'd be
I need
cool.
some Marines. They gotta rethink that and start giving us some of those. But they probably won't because then they'd have to pay for the, you know, for the facial likenesses, and they probably don't want to do that. But you know, if they got a likeness rights for Michael Bean, and they could give us a Terminator and an Aliens with the
Oh
same
yeah.
head sculpt. I mean, come on, that would be
And
incredible.
I keep saying, where's Die Hard line? Where's the
I had to
Die
do a
Hard figures?
custom John McClane. I made a custom one because nobody's done it.
Man, I would
I, you know,
think
kit
John.
bashed it.
I think he would be coming out,
You
but
would think so.
yeah,
You would think so. You know, he's part of my Christmas display. So I have a John McClane. I tried to weather him. I got a head sculpt online. I got a you know, just a random body. I got the
yeah,
clothes. I got a wife beater and stuff. And
Now,
He's not the best, but
what
you know.
about Home Alone? I mean,
Oh, that's listen, we're gonna
yeah,
do questions later on, probably next month, on what are your top
yeah.
10 most wanted figures, and those 3 are on my top 10.
I mean, can you imagine Joe Pesci Home Alone fig? I
Well, I
mean,
mean, there've been customs that you've seen, right?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
I mean, the customs look amazing.
yeah,
So, my son wanted to watch. I said my son came home early yesterday from school because he was sick. We watched Home Alone.
yeah.
So we're already starting the Christmas movies already. But yeah, I would love that. That would be so good. It would be nice even for Figure Arts to give us some figures.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they can give us a Beetlejuice, give us some Home Alone figures too.
Well, the Harrison Ford Indiana Jones figure, I was impressed.
I told you,
Yeah,
it's a great figure.
yeah, it's
It's
real
a
good.
really great figure. Yeah, yeah. So the Xenomorph, I think most people are in on it, and that's good. You know, these are the types of things you don't want to sit on, right? Like, if you're on the fence, just pre-order it. Let them know that these are the kind of figures that you want them to produce more of. If you're going after all the Marvel and the Star Wars and the DC, they're just going to keep pumping those out. If you wait until these release, the batch order was small, and it's going to reflect, them potentially not furthering along those lines. So if anything, if they release something, if they solicit something that you really like, if you're happy that they're doing that particular line or something, show them that you're happy. Day one pre-orders, you got to do it. So, speaking of Beetlejuice, let's get into some 112 stuff. So, Figuarts, they kind of surprised us. They're releasing a Beetlejuice figure now. Here in Japan, this is 11,000 yen. I think Big Bad has it for pre-order on their website. I'm not sure. I think so. But I think it's like high 80s or $90 or something like that. I'm not really sure. I saw this at the Tamashi Nation store in Tokyo. I made a video and I put it on the area. I think it looks great in person. It looks great. I'm really looking forward to getting this. You getting this, Ryan?
Well, it's going to come down to this. If it's 80 something dollars, this might be a better option than the Mezco one, which is 150 or
Mezco's
155.
150, $60 or something, right?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And the thing about, I mean, they give you a lot of extras, but in reality, I'm not a photographer, and am I going to get the box out, switch the head sculpts? Those are things I look at, like Hot Toys. I mean, I got them in boxes on top of boxes and closets and stuff, and you know, this might be a pretty good option. You know, if you see
Yeah.
this in person, let me know. Well, you saw it in person,
I did. I
so the
did. So
so the
it looks
sculpt's
good. It looks
real
really
good.
good.
Okay.
Looks really good.
Uh,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, it's
Yeah.
probably something I will pre-order and probably pass on that Mesco because about twice as much. So that's a big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, Mezco gives you a lot of accessories, and some of those accessories are really cool, like that head with the carousel, and then it's got the
Yeah.
hands that come down, they roll down. But let's be honest, unless you're a photographer, who's gonna have that as the display? You're not. I mean, you're
Yeah.
gonna do like one of these things with the miniature head, or you're gonna have them on the tombstone, or you're gonna have them in that kind of, it's Showtime
Oh
pose.
yeah.
But I mean, Mezco is cool and all, but sometimes it's overkill on a figure, and I'd really rather it just be, stuff that I'm really gonna use part of my display. I don't mix it up, you know. So
And I think NECA teased a Dio for Beetlejuice, but I don't know if they're going to be releasing it or it was just for a display.
yeah.
That's
Now
another option.
Mezco has the on the left. Mezco has that as one of their solicitation photos. Look at the figure arts and look at the Mezco. I'm sorry I didn't put it up here because I was just trying to stick to the figure arts here. But when you look at them together, I think that the figure better. Oh, if you're there at home and you're on your computer and you can pull up another page, pull up a new page, open it up, look for the Mezco, and that picture on the left, I think the figure arts looks better, personally.
Yeah.
So, the I'm in. Mike's going back to the Home Alone stuff. Yeah, NECA made them. They didn't look good. I've actually considered buying a couple just for Christmas decoration sort of things, display stuff, but I would never buy them to put in your display. They would, stuff that I wouldn't mind falling down on the ground or kids messing with. They would be part of, Christmas displays and such, but the NECA stuff is not really good at all. Did you see that picture, the Mezco, the one that I'm talking about?
No, but the reason why I haven't gotten Beetlejuice on Mezco, well, one was the price, and there was something off about the figure I felt. So
Yeah.
$150 was a lot. If I wasn't all in and didn't like the sculpt, and I don't know about the soft goods, then I'm thinking about it. I'm probably not going to buy it, especially when it's not
Mhm.
exclusive. But more and more you
Yeah.
talk about this. This is something I probably will put on pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, and if I don't want it, then I just cancel it. Like so many
Mhm.
other things I do, right? Yeah. But
Yeah. Yeah.
NECA, I think TMNT, and I love the Usagi Yojimbo NECA figures, and then their Sesame
Mhm.
Street I think are pretty good. But yeah, I don't. I've looked at some of their other figures from movies, and they look terrible. So I try to stay out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, NECA's good for something, not everything. I mean,
Yeah.
they're Freddy Krueger and they're Jason from back in the day. They were good for what they were, but you know. So anyway, I think this is a great figure. If you're out there, like I said, I've seen it in person. The at least the advance, it looks really good. As I said, I took video for members only. If you're a channel member, go in, make sure you find that video. It's a really good looking figure. It really is. So I recommend this one. Don't miss out on it. So let's keep it moving. Now we have the Star Wars stuff. Now this is a little bit of controversy, right? Like people aren't happy with that Han Solo head. People aren't happy with that Anakin head, and I get it. They're not perfect. I do like the smirking Han Solo head. I think that head looks pretty good. Head, it isn't there for me. But I mean, it's 1/12 scale. It's figure arts. It's potentially them relaunching the line. I'm gonna get it simply because I want another Anakin from a show with the dual lightsabers. But I want the company to know that I'm supporting them in doing the line. I was very disappointed when they stopped doing the Star Wars stuff. The sequel movies pretty much killed the line. I'm sure they lost a ton of money. And when they were doing Star Wars, they were doing Star Wars. I mean, they're not turning out the type of numbers that Hasbro puts out, but they're also not putting out the quality that Hasbro puts out. The quality. And to be honest, I do love the Mafex stuff these days. The early Mafex Star Wars were garbage, but Mafex is only putting out 2 figures a month. Like figure arts, they can do 2, 3 a month just Star Wars. I mean, if they want to. So I want them to revisit the line. I really want the line to get going again. So all in all of them, I think I bought like 2 of each just to put some aside for the future. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty happy. What do you think, Ryan?
Yoda looks great. Han Solo looks great. The other two I'm not a big fan of, but I don't
Nothing
collect
fan
this line.
Chewbacca.
Yeah. Hey, I don't collect this line, and I gotta be strict about Star Wars. Star Wars, so much good stuff's coming out from Hot Toys, and gosh, one of those is a lot of these figures, right? My question is, I want to see. I think Disney and I think the droids are supposed to be coming out the cartoon. I want to see if we get a lot of droids and who does the droids the best. MoffX is coming out with some droids, and what is it, $130 or $140 for those? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah.
I mean, the Black Series, when I was collecting Black Series a long time ago, they had some killer droids. I actually liked them a lot. They had that droid 3-pack, I remember. But, I want to see some droids, man. Let's see who makes the best ones.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do people think about this line returning? I'm really, really, really looking forward to the idea that they're back in on it. And they mentioned when these came up on their website that they will have a presence. They'll be at Star Wars Celebration in April, and they are going to have something there. And I'm hoping they have some great displays, and potentially 1 or 2 con exclusives would be nice as well for those of us going, of course.
Yeah, I'm coming. You're gonna put me, you could probably fit me in your backpack. I'll sneak in.
Yeah.
Or in your little trench coat. We can just get a little taller.
Yeah. Yeah, Derek was all about these, and
Oh
I
yeah.
feel bad for him because he just bought he just bought that Yoda.
Yeah.
A couple people just bought that Yoda.
Well, he has the first edition though. I mean,
He's
they're
got the
not the
first
same.
edition,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that first
That's what
edition, mine
matters.
is. Hold on a second, mine's
Yeah.
over here. The skin tone is different. So the skin tone on the new one is supposed to be. Let me expand this. The skin tone on the new one is supposed to be darker. I'm like, my lighting is not great and the camera's not picking it up. And the robes are going to be wired. Now, having the wired robes is great, but you already have this sculpted in and it looks really good. So, I mean, if you have this one, it's great. It really is one of the best figures that they've ever made. But it's great to have that new cloth cape as well. That looks like a really, really nice figure. From the looks of the photos, it looks like it's wired everywhere, along the sides and on the bottom, so you can get some really nice dynamic poses as well.
Yeah.
So
I,
yeah,
I
Jason
mean,
knows.
this is my Black Series. I don't know why people hate on Black Series. It's Hot
Hold on.
Toys,
Let
guys.
me get let me explain it. Is that the Hot Toys one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Hot Toys. So this
Yeah.
is Attack of the Clones, but hey, I stick with the Hot Toys. You can't beat it. And this is a guy that's it's been a while since we got a Yoda, so
Do you have the Empire Strikes Back Yoda?
no.
No.
Nope. Maybe that's one they need to redo.
Well, I'm sure they'll do the Jedi one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the Ghost Jedi one.
Yeah. Just the
Piss
thing
people
falling out.
off. Another mall.
Ian, you're going all 3 days? Madness. Madness. I'm only going the first day.
Good.
I'll be there the first day to get all the exclusives.
Ian's gonna hook me up. He told
Ian
me
ain't
that.
gonna hook you up. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm only going on the Friday. The Friday's my day. The weekend will be insane. There will be too many people there. Saturday already sold out.
Hey, what if Ferguson shows up and does some prints? Now that'd be killer.
Or he ain't gonna show up.
Oh, he doesn't come.
Well, no, well, Celebration, he'll be there, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
he'll be
okay.
there. But I'll be there the first day. I'll get everything I need.
What if they
I'll
don't
fly them
show up
out.
until the third day or second day? Then you're
Well, then I'll
screwed.
stalk him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So let's just go through this. Here's that Yoda. As I said, you can see it looks wired throughout, which is fantastic.
Now, curious,
Again, go ahead.
how much does he go for?
What
Like
the
pre-order,
the
the new
pre-order?
one. Yeah,
So the price has been going down. Hold
but
on a
he's
second.
available though now,
Oh yeah.
or he's still. I might have to grab him then. I mean, I like him.
Hold on.
I mean, just to mess around with.
So I keep guesses. So right now he's 8,646 yen. So let me do that conversion.
That's 40 something, I think.
8646 is 50, basically $58.
Oh, 50 bucks. Okay.
$58 for the figure. You get the chair. You get a couple heads. It's not a bad price.
No.
It's not a bad price at all. So if this is out and some of the other if this is sold out on the normal retailers that you buy stuff from, just hold tight. Figure Arts normally does not underproduce anything. So if it's pre-sold out, just let it release and more will be available. So don't worry about it. They're a big company. They're not like Medicom. They'll punch out a ton. So don't worry about it at all. So you got the Han Chewie. Yeah, not the other ones. That's too bad. Yeah, the new Yoda has that movement blade, that swishing blade, which is nice. Yeah. Oh, you're getting the photos. Man, I ain't paying that money for that. That's like what, $300, $400, $500 a pop?
Yeah, it's
No
crazy.
way. No way. And then you gotta wait all that time in the line? No thanks, man. No way. I got David Prowse and Jeremy Bullock's autographs back in the day. I think it cost me $5. I posed with them. I got their photos. You know, they signed the stuff for me. $5. And people
Jeez.
are paying like $300, $400 now.
That's
It's
crazy.
insane. You know. But I mean, if that's your thing, I get it. I mean, we pay. I'm not going to say what we pay for our stuff, but
Yeah.
because people watch this stuff. But we pay upwards of that for our stuff. So but just the fact that autographs and a photo are going to run you that much money, I just think that's crazy. That's crazy. So here's that Han sculpt. I like it. I think it looks pretty good. That smirk. And this is exactly the pose I would have this figure in. Exactly.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Like this is the pose I have my original Figure Arts in. This is exact pose, but the head doesn't match it so well. But yeah, this is the one I'm gonna do. Yeah. So I like this one. I think the other face sculpts, it's not quite there, but I do like the smirk one, and this would be my pose. Now you're not getting these, Ryan, or you are?
The only ones I would get is Yoda and Han, if I got
Yeah.
any. Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't know. Indiana Jones and him might look cool to each other,
Yeah.
with each other.
No Chewbacca though.
No Chewy. I'm getting that Chewy Hot Toys, and that's like what? Close. Oh, you can't say it. I don't
You
think my
can't
wife
say it.
ever. Yeah, but it's a
Can't
lot of
say it.
money. It's
A
about
lot of money. I got
eight
two. I got
Hans.
two on pre-order.
Yeah, I mean that's a must. I mean
Yeah.
that is definitely a purchase.
Yeah. So back in the day, I know right now, Bondi Spirits has the model kits for the Han and the Luke and Stormtrooper disguises, and you can buy those now. Pre-order them on Big Bad. They're reissues of ones that came out before, I believe. But at the Tamashi, the Figure Arts event that they had years ago in Tokyo, where they showcased all of their prototypes, they did have figures of Han and Luke in their Stormtrooper disguise. The fact that the Chewbacca comes with those handcuffs, I'm hopeful that they will, if this sells well, that they'll produce those two figures at some point in the near future. Again, the anniversary of the movie is coming. Star Wars Celebration is next year in Japan. It's a Japanese company that is not allowed to sell this stuff outside the country. So everything that they make is geared towards this market. So this is the best time for them to really do all of this stuff. So fingers crossed that it's coming, hopefully. So now here it is. Now I want to talk a little bit about this. This is from the Ahsoka show, and when you read the description, it's new head sculpts, and they have engineered the upper torso of the figure to be more accurate to the show. So I guess the costume or different look or whatever. The bottom half is supposed to be the same as the other, I would guess, the Revenge of the Sith Anakin. Now, one of the issues that was about when it comes to figure arts back in the day is the scaling. They seem to have addressed their scaling issues and have made it so that the newer Star Wars that they put out, whether it's Ahsoka or Boba Fett or that Kenobi Vader, they are much taller in scale. They're more scalable with the Mafex and the Black Series stuff. The previous stuff was smaller. Every shot we have of Anakin with Ahsoka, they're not in the same line. The perspective is off. So you can see that Ahsoka is down in this particular photo, and you can see in this one, they're not facing each other. He's off in the distance. I'm very worried that this one is not going to scale well with the Ahsoka figure, even though they're from the same show, technically. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. I mean, the easy fix is to do this, of course, but that is a concern of mine. I would have rather they just make a new figure altogether and put it out under the Ahsoka banner. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. It's going to be undersized, unfortunately. So, but what can you do? You want them to put the stuff out, but it's a little bit of a miss there by not doing the entire figure, just doing the upper body, remolding and re-engineering that instead. But you can see what I'm talking about here, right? Like, yeah. They said they only changed from the waist up, which means they didn't touch the legs. So the legs are the same length. And you can see in these photos, they're sort of trying to hide his height. So, having him in the background as opposed to the foreground makes it a little bit easier. So that's my concern. So, all right, man, take it easy. Thanks for joining in the morning. Appreciate it. So moving along, we have Storm Collectibles. This was a little bit of a surprise out of nowhere. Now, Ryan, you're a Jada Toys guy. You collect all that stuff. I haven't gotten any of it. But yeah. But this is 1/12 scale, and its price, what did they say, around $30?
25 to 30. So Jada Toys is 25 to 30 also. I think it's $24.99. And they might have a deluxe in the low 30s. But with Storm Collectibles I'm guessing they're worried that they're losing a lot of sales to Jada Toys. But the
Mhm.
problem I see with them doing this, what about the people that have been collecting Storm collectibles? With Street Fighter, are they
Mhm.
abandoning that line now? And are they going to go with the cheaper line? So again, it's I'm pretty much I am all in. What am I talking about? I'm all in with Jada right now. I've gotten every figure they've released and every pre-order they've had, and
Mhm.
I don't think they're going to be stopping anytime soon. The problem with Jada is their distribution and then their production. They just don't release enough, I feel like. So
Mhm.
Storm Collectibles is going to put it to Jada. They need to release a lot quicker, I believe. And
Yeah.
you know, but Jada's, you can get it online anywhere now.
Mhm.
The only problem I ever have is the exclusives. But the pink exclusive that they had at Target with Chun Li, um, that was harder to find. And I feel like depending on which Target you're at or which one you can go to, if people don't buy them at the store, they're not going to restock them. So that's what I run into. They had the same figures for months and months and months.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, it's good competition. Maybe
Mhm.
Jada will, get a little bit quicker on the production. But they switched factories last year, so they had the first couple figures were in an old factory. They had issues with the paint, and some complaints about that, and they actually went to a second factory, and I think the second factory's been doing a lot better job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's that price point. Everybody's gonna buy something that's $24.99. You get closer to Storm Collectibles prices, what they've been doing, it gets a little bit, choosy. And you've
What
seen
is the
them
what has been the normal Storm collectibles pricing?
close to 100 or even more. So,
Wow.
yeah. And they've been heavily discounted. I think Big Bad had a sale last week, and things were like anywhere from 30 to 50%, I think, off some of them.
Got a
And
new member, new channel
remember,
member, Al. Welcome, man. Appreciate it.
And just
Appreciate it.
and anyone that's not a member, it's only 99 cents, so it's not like breaking the bank or anything. And there's a lot of I don't know if I want to spoil, but Robert's got some things in the plans that we're doing, right? Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, let's take this as an opportunity to talk about membership. So membership gives you exclusive content that I post videos of certain things, release dates of certain things that I'm not telling other people. I'm keeping it for my members only as a thank you for supporting the channel. So there's exclusive content. We're doing exclusive members only streams where people can talk about or ask questions on specifically, Mafex or even figure arts or other things, um, to help people get a better idea of, scarcity, pricing, what are people talking about, what do you think is coming out, that sort of thing. And also every month now we're trying to do a waffle where I take a exclusive figure or a sold out or a hard to get figure that is available here. So last month and this month, I'm doing the Tamashi Nations Tokyo store exclusives. Last month, I did the rooftop Gwen. This month, I'll be doing the Dragon Ball Z figure, the Goku. These are store exclusives. You can't get them retail. You can't get them other places. They're only available at the Tamashi Nation store. So what I'll do is for the channel members, you'll all have your names put on a wheel. We'll spin the wheel. If it picks your name, you have the option to buy the figure at retail price. I don't make any money on it. You buy it on retail price. I'll pick it up. If you want it, you can buy it. If you don't want it, we'll spin the wheel again, and another member has an opportunity to get it. You also pay the shipping. Now, at the end of the year, meaning December, we're going to do a giveaway of a Mafex figure. You don't pay for the figure, you don't pay for the shipping. it's my way of saying Merry Christmas and thank you to all the people who have been supporting the channel, especially the members. So I'm going to be giving away a Mafex figure for the channel members. The longer you've been a member, the greater your chance of winning. But we'll talk about that in the stream after this, the members only stream, which should be starting in about 40 minutes. So again, membership is 99 cents a month. 99 cents is 99 cents. I'm not scoffing at it, but you do get exclusive content, you get exclusive opportunities, and you will have an opportunity to get a free figure at the end of the year. So with that being said, I skipped on the Jada Toy stuff. It wasn't easy to find at the beginning here, and I didn't really want to get into a line and start collecting backwards. Stuff has become a lot more available in the last few months, but at the same time, in those last few months, I've only been hearing a lot of negative stories about the people connected or associated with Jada Toys. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about starting up. Now, the fact that Storm Collectibles is putting this stuff out, and at that price point, I could get in on that. It was brought up earlier. Let me go back and find it. So is Mike. He doesn't like the head sculpts. They're a bit more anime, I would say, than even the video game or something like that. But I can see that. I mean, it's a lot different, I think, than a lot of the other head sculpts that we've been seeing with these figures. But $30, I'm in on it. I think I'll pick them up. So what do we have here? What Storm does with Jada, yeah, compared to Jada, yeah. All right, let's start over. Jedi Nut is here. So let's keep going now. 52 Toys is also doing some Street Fighter stuff. I don't know what the price point's going to be on these, but you see we're getting different interpretations, different iterations of the figures. Would you be interested in picking these up, Ryan? And if so, what would be the price point that you would say no to?
I'm not gonna pick these up. I mean, I might try Storm, the first couple to see how I like it. But yeah, I mean, hey, I like Street Fighter, but I don't like it that much. you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I've seen statues over $1,000 for
yeah,
Street Fighter, and
yeah. You gotta be hardcore. I have friends here who are hardcore Street Fighter. Like,
I mean, I
like the game, but
yeah,
that's
I
kind
have
of it.
I have an arcade of Street Fighter, but the thing is, guys, I mean, there's so much stuff I like, but at the same time, I got to put in perspective in life, and I got a child that's going to go to college next year, and another one in a couple more years. So,
Come on,
it'd be
man. I
nice.
paid my way through college.
Well, I did too. I was working when I was 8 years old and 18 jobs. I worked in a bar when I was
In the coal
16 years old.
mines.
Yeah. I was also in, I was fighting for money too. I was a brawler. Before UFC
Yeah.
was UFC, I was fighting older men for money. No. Yeah, I had a fight. No. I paid for my own college and I took a loan out. And I told this story I think a couple days ago. I took a loan out for my dad. My dad charged me interest. So that's how we did it.
No.
Yeah, charged me. I think it's 2.5% though. And I had to write him checks. That's just how my dad
Wow.
was. He was a family of
Yeah.
14. His dad would make all the boys get up at 2 a.m. in the morning and load up his truck, and he didn't get up. But they didn't have a curfew, but you better be up at 2 a.m., load his truck for him. So
Wow.
when it comes to action figures, I got to put in perspective, man. I like everything, but at the
Yeah.
same time,
Yeah.
you can't just buy
You got to
everything.
know when to say no, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So addressing this comment, what did I hear about the issues with Jada? There's nothing about the issues with Jada. Ryan kind of talked about some of the issues with the old
The paint, yeah, the
factory
paint.
versus the
So,
new one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they went to a second factory.
I mentioned things about not being very, let's just use the word nice. Some of the people that have had to deal with Jada Toys, some of the retailers have commented that the people that they deal with are less than nice. So we'll just leave it at that. A lot of stuff out there, and there's a lot of places for me to spend my money, and I would rather spend my money on things that I like. Right now, Street Fighter would be kind of bottom tier. But if different companies are putting the stuff out, these small things kind of add up, and we weigh my whether or not to buy figures from that company. That's all. So these ones, 3.75 inches, I think so, but I'm not sure. I don't remember if I saw that. So
Yeah,
can you confirm that? I don't know. They might.
they do.
They
They
might.
do look pretty small.
Yeah, I mean, there they do. Now this, I believe this is 1/12 scale, I think. Now this alien looks great. If you don't have the Mafex alien, don't bother getting it because it's a really, really fragile figure. It's from back in the day when their quality control pretty much, and you just touch the figure and the arm is going to fall off, or the leg is going to fall off, or something is going to fall off. So I don't recommend buying it if there are other options. The Figma came out ago, the alien xenomorph, and that one's pretty good. That was a really good figure, but again, it was years ago. We're talking maybe 10 years ago at this point. That was a really, really good figure. The Mafex one, not so much. Might look nice, but you don't want to handle it. So if this is a 1/12 scale figure and it's put decent, I think I'll pick this up for my display. It looks pretty good. So yeah, it's nice to have companies touching these properties that sort of sit dormant. I mean, NECA does Predator, NECA does Aliens, but NECA designs things a certain way. They're not very articulated. It's not easy for posing. It's not easy to kind of fit into your display. They run big. So if this is true 1/12 scale, hopefully it is. I would absolutely pick this up for my collection. What do you think, Ryan?
It's a pass for me. I mean, I just don't want to get into a new company, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
pass.
Now, what about this stuff? This is, I'm probably butchering the name. I think it's Ling Ji Hun, something like that.
Yep.
These are a 12th scale, and I heard that these are going to be priced. This is what I heard. Affordably. Affordably means under $80. So these look pretty good. I don't have any turtles. I missed out on those figure arts animals from back. I really wish I grabbed them. But these ones look cool. These ones are sort of based on the movie figures. So what do you think about these?
They look great. They look like they're on steroids, but I
Well,
mean, to
like I
me,
said, I mean, they're from the case.
yeah, for 80
Yeah.
bucks, if you're not collecting every TMNT and you just want some representation, this is an option. But there's so many good NECA TMNT. And I have a
These are
friend.
memory toys? Okay.
Huh? No, I'm talking about, you're,
No.
yeah,
Al said that these are, I think, the turtles.
yeah.
That's okay.
But I would definitely be passing this. With, Masco came out with some TMNT turtles I wish I didn't pass on that were about 400 bucks. And
Yeah.
everybody said, "Oh, they look awful." And then once they got them in hand, they look great. And then it seemed like they were coming out. But NECA, I mean, every time I see a NECA turtle, it's always tempting. But then I have a friend that's in the group, Ryan, and he has a whole entire room of unopened, TMNT figures, and it's a
From what? From what line?
from NECA, and then he has a bunch of others. They're all unopened, and I always think about how deep the TMNT line goes, and that always scares me about going down that path. When I see somebody like that that has an entire room of TMNT
Wow.
unopened figures, and I went down in his basement, I was like, "Geez, that's dedication." And I think over the last year or two, he's kind of slowed down. But I mean, if you take TMNT out of NECA, how successful would they be? How many other lines could they've had? I mean, that TMNT lines to me is pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I grabbed that as well. They do look great.
And then you got
Yeah.
what Heat Boys that are coming out with TMNT too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that Shanghai event, they showed off a ton of turtle stuff, a
Yeah,
ton of it, and a ton of Street Fighter stuff as well.
so many options.
Yeah, it's good to have options.
Yeah,
you know, days where we have any. So
and I and I feel like, and I think you too, Robert. TMNT got popular when we're a little bit older.
yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I'm not pressed to get stuff. Like,
yeah.
yeah, those are cool, but
So I think our age, if we were a little bit younger, I think TMNT would be our thing.
sure, sure.
But
But we got GI Joe,
yeah,
and I think we're winning.
and hey, and maybe Mask. If they can never come
Yeah,
out with
hopefully.
Mask. Yeah,
That would be great. So now we have in art. Now this has been talked about for a while. In art is doing 1/12 scale figures, and they're starting with the Christopher Nolan Batman. That head looks great. Again, it's 1/12 scale. The only issue here is that in art is quite pricey for their figures. Their figures being 1/6 scale, and they have a lot of issues in terms of getting stuff out by the date that they say. I mean, they make Mafex look like a very well-run company in comparison. None of their stuff gets out on time unless you are an influencer and you make sure that you get your copy first. But regular people who buy from InArt are not getting until 6-7 months after some of the YouTubers get theirs, which is ridiculous.
yeah,
So these look good. These look really good. The stuff that they showed us. So we have the Batman, um, and we have some of the other great DC figures. So I love these. I think these look great. The only issue
yeah,
for me would be pricing.
yeah. And things.
So
What's the rumor? They're gonna be around $100. There's no way.
there's no way these
I,
are 100.
no, I think we're pushing 200 plus or low
Yeah,
200.
I would say 160 to 200
Yeah, taxes and
because
shipping. You're gonna be.
The Mafex stuff is pushing 100 now.
Yeah,
The newer stuff is 100, hovering around 100. Look at those and look at these. And I mean, we don't know what kind of articulation these things have. These could be like McFarlane figures for all we know.
or
But
statues.
yeah, just statue. That's not really what 1/12 scale stuff is about. And Inot must know this getting into the
Yeah.
line. So, you know,
For sculpts, I feel like the death metal. I feel like people are not like toy lines or besides McFarlane is kind of forgetting how great of a following death metal is and metal DC Knights or sorry Dark Knights metal has a following like
mhm,
Grim Knight. Like why are they missing out on Punisher Batman? You know, the
mhm,
McFarlane Grim Knight, I think at one time about a year ago was going over like $150. And then we have a I don't know if it's a third party or on 5K, they had that Grim Knight figure for about 100. But it just blows me away that like Moffax and some of these other companies, they're just not getting involved on the metal line for DC. McFarlane seems like they do everything, so they're going to cover it. But I
Hmm.
think DC Vampires and the metal lines a line that has some great options for awesome sculpts if they ever want to go down that journey. And I think Mayfax, I think we'll eventually get to it, but how many years down the road?
Yeah.
The problem with in art is, are they ever going to be released?
Yeah,
Um,
that's the issue, right?
like who's going to sell them? What rights do they have?
Yeah.
Um, so it's I don't know. It's a big purchase if you go through in art, and how long are you going to wait?
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, Al is saying he's getting his Harry Potter before the Aragorn, the Batman, and the Superman. Just nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
For those of you who don't know, that was solicited after, and people were getting those figures months ago, and now Harry Potter's being released, and Al's getting that before those other ones. It's just
yeah.
insane.
And the investment is going to be ridiculous. I feel like the molds
Hmm.
and I think that's
Yeah.
why a lot of companies stay away from that line with metal.
Yeah. So if the pricing on this is like $150, I could see myself getting in on it. Um, Obviously, the figures would not be coming out with the same volume that you're getting with other companies. Normally, in art, they solicit one figure. What would you say? One figure every 2 months, 3 months, something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah. And I can't even tell you the release because they're not releasing everything
Yeah,
at the same time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like I said, like the Mafik stuff looks like it's on the level, releasing on time compared to InArt. InArt stuff is months and months and months delayed with no communication at all. So they're all out there communicating, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we're gonna do, this is it. And then once they take your money, it's radio silence for a long time. So
Yeah, and that's a huge adjustment for 1/12 collectors. I feel like. I mean, of course, there's some figures people have been waiting for years on, but in reality, most 1/12 collectors are getting them within a certain time frame.
yeah.
So 1/12 collectors, I feel like.
Oh, who's
Hey,
here? He's got to turn his volume down on his
yeah.
on his stream. Hey
He's
Yeah,
like
Al.
I'm all in on InArt. Shut up, you two.
yeah. Just a quick recap.
Yeah.
Everything that's been presented so far, I'm pretty much all in.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I saw you guys talking about, or heard you guys talking about in art, and yeah, just crazy how this whole batch system is working. Um, I see people with Aragorns, with Supermans, with Harry Potters, and Batman's, and I just got my invoice for Harry Potter, and I haven't gotten the previous three, which were supposed to be released first, which insane.
Yeah.
Are you
Now,
getting the Nazgul?
Yes, I'm planning on pre-ordering the Nazgul probably without the horse, just because as good as it looks, it's just spacing. Spacing
Come
is
on. Come
crazy.
on. It's the horse.
Next, you're gonna tell me to get 9 of them so I can be a completionist.
No, you get
yeah.
one on the horse and then you get 8 regular ones. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm still debating. So, but I'm pretty much I'm gonna get the Nazgul and Legolas as well. Probably gonna pre-order those in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey,
I Go ahead.
If InArt can get with Big Bad Toy Store, that'd be a different issue. Because you wouldn't
Oh,
have to. I mean,
they,
that's huge.
they're on Big Bad Toy Store. They're just at Big Bad Toy Store prices.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
I'm talking about the 1/12 ones. If they can get distribution, with
Oh,
Big Bad Toy Store, and the NRD is not something crazy. I mean, that's worth the risk. You know.
Well, the issue is they need the license for North America,
Yeah. So
and
maybe 1/12's easier to get. I don't know. Maybe
well, I
McFarland's
think
got that
I
wrapped
think
up.
McFarland probably has that vicinity
Yeah.
of
Now
stuff.
the rumor is McFarland's trying to get that Marvel, and if you notice
Yeah,
that McFarland's been doing these little statues,
Mhm.
which is kind of odd.
yeah.
And Hasbro would get DC. And there's people that want Hasbro to get the DC line, which, you know, I think maybe Hasbro would be a good option for DC.
Well, sometimes lines get stale,
Yeah,
and it's good to inject a little bit of newness into them, whether it's the company or the scale or whatever. So,
yeah.
Al, what's the pricing on the Nazgul and the horse from your end?
I want to say it's about close to 600 ish.
What is it? Six what?
I think it's like 600 ish.
Okay.
1 second, I'll have that up in a second.
The seller here has it for 563 shipped.
Okay, so on 1/6 kit, 690, but that's including shipping as
What?
well. Yeah,
690?
90.
Jeez, what?
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't know about
563 shipped.
that's crazy. Yeah, that's a good price actually, because
I'll order you another one, Al, and you can think about it. Like I said, no money down. Just order it. Pre-order it. Yeah, think about it. 690?
690.
Oh, Kit, come on.
Well, Al lives in a state where he gets cheap taxes.
I mean, the
What are
good
your
thing is,
taxes there, like 20%?
Where he lives, it's like
Yeah.
50.
No.
Al's heavily taxed.
I'm on the cheaper side. I'm like at the 8.7 or 7.75.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm talking about income tax was I was talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's totally different.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad memories.
Al's a big roller, you know.
Yeah.
We can sign some paperwork and just let me know later.
Yeah.
So these here, this is 4 Horsemen Studios. These look pretty good. These are 1/12 scale, and these are available for pre-order until Halloween.
And it's $100, guys. $25 a piece.
Yeah, these are really good. So you can see what you get in terms of accessories. It's really great. You get 2 sets of heads for each. You get the weapons, the different hands, different foot. So it looks great. I'm gonna get one of these. I know Ryan's gonna get one of these.
Yeah, the flat rate shipping is $8 or $9. Don't quote me on that. They're also going to have the Headless Horseman available, and then 2 other figures, which is slipping my mind: the Egyptian, the 2-pack Egyptian.
Hold on a second, Al.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's yours.
Oh, is that
Can
coming?
you mute that?
Yeah, you know what? It's my laptop actually. 1 second. Trying to figure out how to.
See, Jason knows how it is. I've heard horror stories.
Yeah.
I feel for you, Jason.
Yeah, that's why people are leaving. The
Yeah.
taxes are really high. I'm from Taxachusetts. We know.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm from where we smoke corn stalks.
taxes here in Japan aren't bad. It's a 10% flat. Not income tax, but sales tax. It's the same. There's no additional taxes for Tokyo. Like New York City, you have an additional New York City tax, which is insane.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, all these taxes are taken away from our pockets where we could spend and stimulate the economy by buying these toys. I mean,
Job creation in China.
job creation. shipping, all these jobs that are produced by toy collectors like we are. I mean, the money just flows, guys. And
Yeah.
remember those stimulus checks? I mean, that's the truth. Everybody was buying stuff they probably didn't need, and
Oh yeah.
we're the leftovers. The people haven't.
Now, Al, are you getting these to go with your Joes?
You know what? Actually, I haven't really looked into this as much.
So
But you
again, the
know,
pre-order, it's through Four Horsemen. The pre-order is, I think, from now, or it might be in a
No,
couple days.
Monday. I think Monday.
Okay,
Monday,
Monday until
9 or 10.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I
and
mean,
it's $99 for the set.
this is a maybe, but I want to see more of that headless horseman because that one is like a reissue, right? Or
Retailer's exclusive.
okay.
So the
That
one that
one,
kind of glows is the retailer's exclusive.
yeah, that's the one I'm really gonna be looking at.
And you know what? I don't even remember double checking, but I'm pretty sure the one they're gonna have is the retailers, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So that's something you probably need to look at because the one that Four Horsemen put out, I think on eBay, I've seen close to 200 or more. The retailer's exclusive is around, I think, 135, and it's pretty consistent. But they're gonna sell it for 120 on Monday, and I think the flat rate is $8-9. Now that's in the United States, though. They're not gonna ship $8-9 overseas. So yeah,
Foiled again.
unless they have a distributor called Kaju Daddy in Japan. And I know a lot of people try to get a distributor in Europe and other parts of the world, and I don't know the logistics on that, but it seems like it's tough.
Yeah. All right, so let's keep going. We didn't anticipate Al being here, so we don't have a radar for him, but he can just he can enjoy and maybe tell us a couple things that are on his radar. So this is what's on your radar. This is our monthly look at what we're looking forward to either coming out soon or we've recently decided we've seen it, we're going to pre-order it, or we have pre-ordered it. So it's something in the future, either imminently releasing or something that you've pre-ordered. So for me, for Bottleneck Gallery, I'm a big Bottleneck Gallery fan, and they actually just showed another one of these today that I didn't add. It's Mario jumping on one of the poster tubes. So this is some of the art that they've been teasing. They do mystery tubes usually once a year, and in that you pay like a flat $99 or something like that, and you get, I don't know, Ryan, what is it, like 6 posters or prints or something like that?
Yeah.
Inside your tube. And it's random, like you don't know what you're gonna get, but everything is obviously sold out because nothing stays in stock there. And they also include like a pin or a print, and the thinking is that some of these prints are going to be put in it. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then the middle one is a tease of the kind of the kaiju Sesame Street mix that they've got going on. So they've done Elmo as Cookie Monster, they've done Big Bird as Mothra, they've done Cookie Monster as Godzilla. It's called Cookiezilla. They've done a bunch of different things, and the newest one is I think it's the stage 1 Shin Godzilla as Kermit. So they're kind of teasing the color tones there. So I've been getting all of these ones. They're really great. They're awesome. So they were teasing that, but this is all stuff that they've teased that hopefully will be going up for order at some time this month or maybe even early November. So this is the first thing on my radar. The Ghostbusters, the Blitzway Ghostbusters, like I said, I'm definitely going to pre-order all of them. This is the image that Blitzway released. And as you can see, the Ecto 1 from the first movie is behind them. So hopefully that's a hint that we are going to get those Ectos again. I'd much rather have the clean original look from the '84 movie than the Afterlife one. So I'm looking forward to these 4 figures. Like I said, I've already got the original 4, but I could go for another set of 4. So I'm going to grab these once these go up for pre-order. They haven't gone up yet, but hopefully soon. And then the last one is that Death Trooper. So this is coming out here in Japan, maybe Saturday. I've got one pre-ordered. I'm hoping that it comes out then. I love the zombies. Zombies are my thing. I've got my Marvel stuff over here. So this is something I'm really looking forward to. I know that it's sold out on Sideshow very quickly. It's limited to 2,000 pieces in the world, so they say. So this is my top 3 of what's on my radar for right now. Now moving on to Ryan, you want to take over?
Okay, this is Giant Man. I got 2 of these coming. I got my son to buy one, and I bought one. So I got this is the first Giant Man I've got. Well, no, I have Giant Man, but the second one's going to be Zombie Giant Man. So again, I'm getting 2 of these. I'm going to open both of them to display them. I have no idea where I'm going to display them, but I'll find a way. To me, the sculpt looks great. The only thing I was nervous about when I was watching the video, they were acting like it could do the splits on them or it would fall over. So I'm hoping it has some balance and I can just balance it without leaning up against a building or anything. So excited about that. Hopefully get that Captain American or on order and I can put him in the display. If not, I have several Marvel Legends that can fit in there. The next one is the Dragonfly. So both of these are supposed to be coming out or getting shipped, I believe, at the end of October or the first week, hopefully, of November. So hopefully this will make my list next month on my 6 figures of the month. And this is the Dragonfly, so I'm excited about this. I only got one, which is fine with me. I don't think I'm going to have any room.
It comes with 4 figures.
Yeah, it comes with 4 figures. I'm glad you remember that because I don't think I remember. But I got a lot of paratroopers. I got a lot of Joes. I have so many GI Joes on order, and I'm getting to a point where I'm not opening the boxes anymore. And Gridiron, I'm sure, will come out with something to make this Dragonfly $1,000 Dragonfly. I don't know what they would do, but my vamps are becoming HasLab projects.
Yeah.
My Stingers are becoming HasLab projects. And I got another vamp coming, hopefully, by the end of the week. So I'm excited about that. So Dragonfly, another vehicle. G.I. Joe is going to be all about these vehicles. And guess what? They're selling. So they're not going to stop. On the next slide is the one I'm going to get probably before everything else is this Mezco Duke. I'm shocked, besides the Commando Snake Eyes, that we haven't got anything else announced for pre-order for this line. I know people made fun of the sculpt on this, but to me, I like it. So I'm excited about getting this. You could probably also put a Punisher head sculpt on it and make it your own. I would not be sleeping on this line. There's a lot of G.I. Joe fans jumping on board with the Mezcos. So, again, I think this figure was about $100. Great option. Can't wait to get it in.
Cool. Excellent. Al, do you want to tell us some of the things that are on your radar?
So basically, a couple things that have hit my radar. One, I'm not home at the moment. I'm working out of town. But my Moffick's comic Captain America was delivered today, so that's something I'm definitely looking forward to opening. 9.9 on the Kaiju scale, the Kaiju Richter scale. Yeah, so that's one of them. Also, the Hot Toys Artisan Harley. I was lucky enough to be able to pre-order one on Sideshow after that website madness of crashing and no queue. Definitely, it's the one based on the second Suicide Squad movie. If you guys haven't seen, briefly she wore a red and black kind of like a realistic take on, you know, the traditional Harley costume. Very close to the Arkham games, if you guys ever played those. But sadly, we didn't get to see it much in the movie, but it was what I'd say is that definitive live action Harley costume. And it's the artisan hair, so it's going to be rooted hair and everything. So that's something that I'm glad I was able to pre-order. And also, I just also pre-ordered recently the comic Doctor Doom Hot Toys. So probably won't be out for a while, but wow, that I know we were talking about, you know, the comic looks in 1/6 scale. I'm not really going that route. Trying to stick to the 1/12 for the comic looks, but something that's just that good looking as that Doom figure, that was a must.
I'll get you. I'll get you.
We'll see. We'll see. But what I like about that Doom is one thing I like about with collecting 1/6 is, you know, you have a lot more details. You know, you get a lot very photorealistic looks, and that's kind of the reason I haven't gone towards that comic style from 1/6. That Hot Toys Doctor Doom that's coming out, that one looks very realistic. Like you can, yeah, there you go. That reminds me, I was able to pick one of those up yesterday, randomly restocked on Big Bad Toy Store. So actually, that's on my radar too. So that one is in my pile of loot for whenever I decide to ship it out.
Nice. All right, so I'm just gonna go through that. So one more reminder, the channel member live stream will begin in just a few minutes. I will talk a little bit about what's going on with Mafex, and I will announce what the Mafex giveaway will be for channel members. I'll do a giveaway, free figure, free shipping worldwide to one lucky channel member. So once again, if you're not a channel member, it's 99 cents a month. You get access to exclusive content. You get access to store exclusive or sold out figures here. And for Christmas, I'll be doing a giveaway waffle for one lucky channel member. So if you are a member, make sure to tune in. If you have any questions or comments regarding Mafex, whatever I know, I'll try to share with you. And with that, I'll say thanks to everybody for watching. And please remember that we'll be doing our live stream. The next live stream will be on the 26th. It will be a Halloween themed stream. So we'll be talking a little bit about it in the Facebook group and try to get a little bit of feedback in terms of what people are into and you know, our Halloween horror theme based collectibles. So again, thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. For those of you hanging around for the stream, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. And take care, everybody. Thanks a lot.
All right, guys.